the first order of business is minutes. And I have a motion to approve the attachments for the March 15, 2023 meetings. Motion. Second. Any discussion whether you're good? All right, all in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion passes. I have a motion to approve the attached minutes from the April 5th, 2023 meeting. Motion. Second. Aye. Oh, no, discussion. All right. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion passes. All right, so we'll move right on to item C, which is the building committee website updates.
Really, the only update to the website is this topping off ceremony page, which we drafted and Kat put together. It's not live yet, but did you want to walk through?
Yeah, so really we also created an invitation just on Canva, pretty simple to open up to the public, just the information, date, time, location. We also have one for those invited guests, so building committee, town council, board of education, just so we can get a head count and there's an RSVP on that one. So just an image of the invitation that can also be used on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that stuff to share and spread the word. Just a little blurb about the topping off ceremony that is also consistent with what's going to be in the newsletter. And then what is a topping off ceremony? Because I don't think people are familiar with that. Did my best to paraphrase from a lot of different sources. And then parking information about the event. The only thing I just want to add is a map as to where the parking will be. Okay, and then that should be information people go to know a little bit more about the event.
Might want to have that for the newsletter. We have space for it, Kat.
The parking information?
Yeah, where people can park in, because I wasn't gonna go through all the details, what's gonna, the events of the day. But I thought putting a map on it saying here's, because I didn't say where to park. I thought there'd be people say, here, go park over here.
There will be. So it's members of our emergency response team are going to be there directing traffic. They will be directing most likely, we still have to finalize this. I'll meet with them, but directing into the lower lots, I think we had discussed last time, because the event's going to be taking place in kind of this parking area.
So the temporary.
Yes, temporary lot.
Or even they could go
Town hall. I would just avoid library parking, and I'm going to be reaching out to the library this week just to let them know about the event, but I would say temporary lot or town hall, but Cert will know that.
I can put that on the back of the newsletter, plenty of space. I'll say see back in the newsletter too.
Yeah, if I can work out the parking logistics with them before you go to print hire.
Yeah, or whatever copy, whatever you can give me.
Okay.
Here's where you park. And I assume that then they'll be directed out where to go and where they can or cannot go.
Kat, are any of the invitations going out to dignitaries or anything on paper? Or is it gonna be all?
I was gonna send electronic copies of it, just because I don't think we have time for.
Yeah, no, I think
that. Yeah, all right. You think that would service it. Okay.
yeah. Kind of way we do it.
Yeah. Now,
But it looks good.
time always 9? 10.
I think it was 9. Okay. Right? Am I- did I
Yeah,
make that up?
Oh, I think so. It's 9.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I wasn't sure. Maybe I'm thinking 9 to 10.
It's one. Yeah, yeah. So that, I think that's the only website update we have.
Can we go back to the page real quick? Okay. And we might want to, on the homepage, maybe do a highlight if you either direct them to this
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just, the first thing people see or that week prior.
What I was envisioning was, once this is approved, your kind of update would go on the front page, and then we would have like more information, a button you can't miss to go to her topic.
Yeah, yeah, as long as it's, because a lot of people won't go past.
Yeah, no, it needs to be like,
Yeah, right there.
right there,
Literally, little work as possible to be able to.
yeah.
Is this the update that you're gonna post?
What's that?
Is this the same
There's some consistent language in there, but this would be the updated one that I would
Yeah,
want
the
to.
only thing that I would suggest, because we're farther along.
Okay.
Where the concrete foundation work is actually nearing completion overall, not just in the classroom.
Oh, okay, so we could just say nearing completion.
Yeah, period.
Yeah, just send it over.
Yeah, I'll send you edits, Ira.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nearing completion and work will progress through. Actually, even the technical,
We could just cross that whole thing
Yeah,
out.
we'll just end the sentence.
Let's redo the second paragraph.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Technology.
What's that?
Technical education.
I think that was like the STEM classrooms, right, in the back.
Yeah, that's STEAM.
It's not technical. Sorry, I'm being very particular, as I feel, but it's not
um,
technical education.
okay, well, it's STEAM and there is.
So I would call it technology and engineering education or technology education, but I wouldn't call it tech. Yeah, we would just want to check with them on school district to get the right.
I think we're just
Well, I'm
taking
telling
it
you in general that.
Are you talking about Farmington? Oh, okay. I
In
didn't know
general,
it
it's
varied.
not technical education, that's not a field.
Okay, I just didn't know it varied.
No, it doesn't,
Right.
it's just, I'm telling you straight out, like, that's my field, it's not technical.
I think we're taking it out anyway, though.
Yeah,
So it'll just be concrete foundation work is nearing completion
and
work on the gymnasium / auditorium areas will continue, right?
Through midstream, because that's where they're at.
Yeah.
With the structural steel.
I didn't mean to sound defensive, it's just.
I just took the terminology on the drawing. There was a one tech classroom and that's STEAM. So
Yeah. Okay.
terminologies change over time. So
And are we removing, we're removing anything around the referendum?
I think we
I
can
think so.
we thank everyone.
Here on the website, we're gonna
Right.
take that whole section on there about the referendum.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then we'll add this.
We'll add-
update there.
Yep.
Perfect.
We don't need that.
Going back to your invite, did you put rain or shine on that?
Yeah, I did, it's on that.
On
it's
the
on
invite?
this one, but we can all add it. to this.
Yeah, I just feel like you might want to
Yeah,
put it here, rain or shine,
Yep,
You look on the newsletter, it might be something.
but if she's gonna send this one.
Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah,
be emailed
sure.
to people.
Yeah, I feel like this one needs to say rain or shine, if it rains, we're still going.
Yeah, 'cause that's the actual invite.
yes.
Umbrella option.
Yeah, but I think they might have rain or shine.
Oh, yeah.
On it, that you can just.
I'll just add it to the, keep it consistent.
everyone's received our latest drone shots and photos.
I sent it, I got them in Google Doc. I think they're incorporated in Ira's thing that's gonna go in the newsletter.
Oh, yeah, you'll
Drone
open
shot.
up the newsletter to see, those are the latest photos you sent me. Okay. Yep. And particularly overviews are really good, and one of those poster books. We're gonna also use the photograph we tend to use, side entrance. So that'll be on the cover, so that's why I didn't show it, it'll be in the newsletter, so that's why I didn't include that as the rendering. Those renderings more or less relate, I think, to the images we're showing. You have the latest one, I was looking out there, the extension lead coming out, the latest steel work you're doing, that's coming over towards the high school.
The gym.
Yeah,
the gym, yeah, all
I
that stuff.
took one last week, so that was the latest.
If you could send me that latest one, yeah, or
Right, it was part of the package. It should be in there. If not,
Devin, you have the Google Drive, right?
you have the Google Drive,
you look and send it over to me, Devin.
because I told them specifically to take a shot of that.
I believe, yeah, until it's just a little dated.
Go down a little bit.
I could have them take another one tomorrow.
I mean, right there is kind of extending into the left, right? That's like right over the gym area.
Yeah, I have that one, the one closest here, I have that.
That one and the other one from sort of over the library, that one is in full shot, so.
Yeah, I thought that was
There's,
the
yeah,
overview,
like
yeah,
the-
that's fine.
That's this,
That's already.
That's good enough for context, so people see where it is.
I feel like that one all the way to the left, one more
Bird's
back.
eye?
That, I like that one.
That one's a full shot too.
Cause you can see the footprint of the entire building
Okay,
where the auditorium and gym are.
all right,
You
I could
sort of
put-
see the assembly line
Yeah.
that takes place.
yeah,
That's
where,
a
yeah.
shot. We should Devin put that on the website.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, send it over to me, Deb, yeah, so, I mean, I can look it up on Google, but just send it over, I'll put that in.
Because right now, if I take a shot, there's a lot of ollie that's hanging and dangling, it's not from the ground level, it's not a real.
Yeah.
Good looking picture.
Well, you guys move so quickly too. I mean,
Well, that
give it
always-
take is gonna be.
Yeah,
like,
always-
irritated.
That ollie's coming down, so it's,
Yeah, but think about by the time this goes out.
Yeah,
it's gonna
it's
look
gonna-
different
it's gonna
anyway,
be-
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
But for people who aren't up here every day.
Yeah.
Well, for me.
It's
Just to
a-
see that progression.
And we're progressing better than 20 schools. And that's our job.
We're very competitive.
They're competing with us, so we are competing with them as well.
Nothing wrong with that.
Friendly competition.
That's right.
It's friendly fire.
All right, anything else on the website? I think that covers everything, right? Good.
I thought it was interesting, when I left in the last meeting, a bunch of kids are sitting there, I said, what do you think of that building over there? I said, wow, that's really big. And I said, you know, it's almost as big as one you're laying out this way, that's flat. Is it close to square footage to the existing one?
Square. Well,
Because they look at, yeah, it's all flat,
Stacked, right.
yeah. So I
this,
just,
this old high school.
it's gonna put the quote in the newsletter, wow, that's pretty big.
Okay, all right, so let's go right on to item D to discuss the topping off ceremony. So I think the plan is today to kind of recap from the meeting last 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And just talk about kind of making some finalized plans and any other additional tasks, anything else. So I don't know, Pat, do you want to kind of?
If Wendy has it up, we can kind of walk through. Devin, can you get it up there?
It should be shared with you, right?
Yeah, then we can kind of walk through the, Google Doc that we have and reiterate where we are.
Although Russ is not here. So.
Yeah, we can just see if there's anything. I'll make sure we follow.
Yeah.
I'm watching you, I'm like, oh, I just send it.
This is the Google Drive for the
It's the ALDAVE
D.
at Farmington-CP.org, okay?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just resend it.
thing.
I took a summation, I took yours one, and put it to 2 pages. Yeah. Did you make a copy of the one I sent over to you?
I didn't, we edited it up
You did,
until,
okay.
yeah, I
Yesterday.
but yeah, I made some this
That
afternoon.
was from the original notes, I just
Yeah,
got it broken between newsletter and,
Did I just send it in? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my thought changed. Oh, hopefully that's the,
yeah, I think that's, it says, I can see your cursor in it, actually, yeah.
oh, okay.
That's it. So, just to kind of go through this, we have the date and time, rain or shine, May 13th.
Change that to 9 to 10.
Yeah, 9 to 10. We're gonna try to keep it as, I think, brief as possible, and the main event is really just the actual lifting of the steel.
I sent a video to Scott, I don't know if he shared it with you.
He
From
did
the
send
topping lot.
Yeah, I
Scott's
told
here.
him, yeah, but he did send that, yeah.
And that basically shows
The lift, yeah,
What happened.
how it happened. We can share that with this committee, just so everybody can get an idea of how it gets lifted and placed in place. I had my class on, I can read this.
Well, I know that like we had a lot of, like, right here if you want to see it.
make it larger.
Right here, that's why I have it, in control.
There you
But
go.
I know like we had a lot of discussion too about the rain date. So I know you weren't here because Relay for Life, the kids were telling us.
Done that,
Right, the following weekend,
That's right.
on the 20th, so that's where we came up as a group and said, you know what, no rain date.
Okay.
We're just gonna keep it
Great
at
timing.
rain or shine, so I didn't know if you read that, so I wrote as much as I could for notes, so we
Yes,
could.
I know, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so if it does rain, then we'll have tents set up, I think we're gonna have tents set up anyway.
Yeah, the decision was, because we were like, you could put the tent on reserve, it's like, let's just get the tent up, one less thing to worry about, it can protect from the sun. we'll have a tent.
Just kind of gives people a central.
And yeah, it'll bring everyone,
Yeah.
so it's just easier instead of playing the guessing game, just reserve the tent, get it up and we'll go from there.
I think we still need the statement if it rains, clears up later in the day, then we can postpone it.
I don't think we need that, I think we're just gonna
Rain or
try to go
shine,
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll have rain coming at the wrong time. That was my only thing with email,
Calling, find out, is it on,
Yeah.
is it off?
trying to
Like,
find
what's the-
people to.
Yeah,
get
just,
answers.
if you don't want to.
So we'll just set up tents, I'll write
Yeah.
that down, tents will be set up. Cause I know we didn't really talk that much, tents will be set up. For shade and engagement, right? And there's other, like, I know there's a work on skate anyway, so that our probably want to use. The parking lot's gonna need to be cleared out.
She's pretty good.
Okay, any research we can get.
Any re- I saw my nieces in the Zodiac, I said, can you look on that date? She says, it'll be sunny.
Oh, excellent,
Inside information.
Yeah.
Check things out.
She's-
yeah, let's check things out.
Nice.
So description of
Predicts the
event,
weather and the dates.
one thing I just wanna ask O and G is, in a lot of the descriptions, they have. The history of the event has like a fir tree and a flag. Are we gonna be able to have that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what you were talking about, like how I missed last.
The
week.
history goes back to like,
Scandinavian,
yes, there was, there's like an homage to the gods and, good luck to inhabitants of future. So there, you like raised with the beam of fir tree and in America now, the American flag. So it dates back to like, it was like 770 AD or something.
yeah,
Yes, let's go
And
away.
even in colonial times, when you build communities like Farmington, you have the last beam in a house, because your community would help build a house. And we
Right.
have sort of a ceremony to thank everybody, and we continue that tradition.
So it's pretty cool with the, you know, the symbolism, that goes along with it too. Okay, parking logistics, I did confirm, like I said, with the police that our CERT team would be there, they do traffic for a lot of the town's big events like Memorial Day Parade and all of that stuff, so they'll, they're volunteers that come help out, so that'll be great. So that's all set, photos, that's done, photos are done, Nelson sent those. Great. I think we decided that Russ is gonna be the master of ceremonies. Yeah.
Yes.
Russ Chris, yeah. He's the alumni, he's the.
Yeah, that's good.
It's perfect, yeah.
Yeah. So I think for the event setup, I think this is where we're gonna need probably a little bit more attention moving forward, just the logistics of who's getting the chairs. I'll reserve the tent, I can do that, but you know, like the stage setup, all of that stuff, I think that's closer to the date that we need to finalize those logistics. We have a good list of everything that we need. But I think those are just more conversations to have.
And we're meeting again, May 3rd. Right, so we've heard that.
Yeah, I think
So
we
we
should,
have one more meeting.
yeah, that'll be it, that'll be good to kind of
Yeah, we'll
finalize
probably,
those.
even we might end up canceling
Cancel.
the building, the big building.
Yeah.
meeting, But we can keep it.
I feel like we might need this, yeah.
Talking of the little platform.
Yeah.
With a,
We'll have, and flags and all of that good stuff.
we have large renderings that we can put on easels to show on these renderings.
so like progress.
TSKP might have
Now,
provided.
well, they can see the building, but I'm thinking it's
For the
finished.
building in the past,
Hmm?
they might have.
We should have
Do you guys recall any?
It'd be good to have behind
that
that.
be provided as renderings or?
maybe that, open house.
That's what I'm thinking, I don't know. They haven't really.
Typically, the architect will have.
Yeah.
You don't want these tiny
Yeah,
ones,
or-
yeah.
No,
30 by
they're
40.
like 3x4.
Yeah.
foot. They're not huge.
Okay. Did you do that?
Larger ones.
Yeah, I can, let me talk to Mark, just make sure, like,
Yeah.
it's fine, but I don't see what the big.
Yeah,
deal is.
anything we, like some of these renderings and.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
three renderings might be in it.
Yeah,
so
close to
That's a good
what
idea.
it's like 30 by 40 inch ones. So it can't be-
And this is what it is happening.
Renderings, we're gonna have some, like, blown up pictures of the renderings to put on easels, so Sam from CSG will be able to do that.
So this will be part of the setup.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think you need to show the construction sites, but, you know, might want to do the overview one, but those would be on that. But
The
I don't think
renderings
it's,
is, the renderings is really what,
yeah,
what the building is gonna look.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what you
more-
want, because the construction, they could just look at the building.
Yeah.
That's
They're
it's the
there.
Construction.
They're right there.
Can we put that up for a second?
Oh, it's definitely.
For that one, so I know we've got Russ as the dedicated, is he responsible for doing the timeline? Or are we established?
I think we're gonna establish it. I think like the program.
Yeah.
I think my thought would be at our next meeting, which I think is May 3rd, maybe we approve a program
Yeah.
and a script. You know, at least for Russ to kind of get things moving. I think that would be a good goal.
So the invite that's going out for save the date
Yeah,
to the people that we are asking to speak, are we giving them any guidelines then, or what's our?
I think we should set a limit.
Yeah.
They're at the end, so let's
Okay, alright.
get to that. And try to, maybe we can come up with the time frame and add up, you know.
That's what I was just, how long do we want total speaking time?
Yeah. One thing before we move, Devin, do you wanna go through that list? quickly? Diagram for setup, we should do that probably by our next meeting, right?
Okay, so I'll start 5, 3.
Send survey about attendance, I don't think we. have
That
time
would be
for
part
that.
of your
invite, the RSVP,
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that's in you're doing it anyway.
yeah,
I'm just.
Yeah, that,
Via invitation,
yeah,
because that will give you a number anyways.
yeah, I just wanna know, especially for, like our dignitaries, who's gonna be there, make sure that
Yes.
we have a count on those, because you also, Russ should acknowledge. I mean, not everybody by name, but those that are in attendance.
So actually, I'm gonna uncheck that.
Yeah,
I just do via invitation. This.
So there's an RSVP and an RSVP date
yeah,
on the invitation?
yeah,
Yeah. RSVP.
those are for the guest speakers, right?
yeah, but I also did it for like, town council, we should know how many town council people, board of ed, we should know how many board of ed people are planning on attending, just to have that,
Yeah.
Or if we have chair, we designate some chair, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So is there a different invite for the general public?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Got it.
that's it, yes, it's in the,
So this is kind of like
it's in the
a
newsletter.
meeting.
I don't know if we wanna reserve seating, but I think it's good to have a head count.
Okay.
Or like, a lot of times for these big events, we like to say, our town council that blah, 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 blah are here, our board of ed member, it just. Right, give the introduction, so it's good to know ahead of time who we should expect, so I'm not doing laps looking for people.
Right. You're just kind of looking
Yeah.
for any changes at that point, not a full list of.
Exactly.
Is there,
Exactly.
where,
I think all this stuff, the mini stage, the chairs, that's basically.
How big is the tent gonna be? Yeah,
I have to reach out to them, but my guess would be 50 to 100.
50 to 100 chairs.
Be able to accommodate it, it would be what I would probably raise the person.
Yeah, you can't tent the whole,
You can't tent the whole thing, but that's why I was like,
that should be a
I think that's.
decent start.
You know, from my experience, where I did have rain, like, yeah, but that were, so maybe put up for 50 chairs, you can have hundreds of people stand inside.
yeah,
And so that would double the size, so that means you can get 100 people in there if you have to, so. And the chairs would be for dignitaries, people who have disabilities.
Yeah. people that-
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you necessarily want to have seating for every
No.
possible attendee.
I don't think we do.
Cause I mean, if you're gonna, you're only gonna be sitting for the amount of time that we're speaking,
It's
and then we're gonna be
15
standing
minutes,
up and
right?
watching.
It's not like a long ceremony.
Okay,
But that's what I was asking, if you're gonna be RSVP, we know who's there, maybe have a few rows and then have them reserved. So that way people are coming, they're like, ooh, chairs, I'm gonna sit, but. just
Well,
have-
someone has to lead, it. There are people who have disabilities, you have to.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like-
We'll have them reserved,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
make that decision when people come, like, with the time, and then if someone's
Right.
coming with it.
And also the speakers should probably have a front, like
Oh, yeah.
reserved seating in
Yeah.
the front to be able to get up and go.
It's better they stand up versus putting in chairs behind, you want them up front.
Yeah.
So they get introduced,
So maybe we do need a little reserved seating.
We might need some reserved
some
seating.
fanfare.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna put down like reserved seating,
Mhm.
plan for reserved seating.
Yeah, I think we can get a better idea.
Or maybe you just plan for, 25, 30 chairs, whatever,
Plan
the
for.
rest of people could stand.
meeting, I just say guest speakers, i.e. guest speakers.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I forgot to bring my list, but I put together a list of all Board of Ed, Town Council, Building Committee, state or, state legislative delegation, and I think it was about 30 to 40 people on that list.
We're I think closer to 40, Mark, 38.
Yeah.
They don't need to sit down, do they? Kat?
No, I don't think everybody needs to.
It's just the speakers and
Yeah,
other people who actually have to sit down, older people, and such.
yeah,
Guest speakers, so it's just handicap.
yeah. Yeah, because we should have some for elderly or,
We should also have someone who just signing for people who are there, even though it's very traditional, these kind of public events.
Oh, like a.
Designer, yeah.
A sign.
No, a sign.
A sign.
Deck.
oh, ASL.
Yeah, even if just one or two people, it's just common to do in public events like
Don't
that.
we have an ASL, did we have, the teacher?
And so, yeah,
Loretta, it was, maybe, yeah. Coach.
yeah, you should,
Yeah, she's.
it's a courtesy, it's a courtesy. Because it might be older folks there.
We'll see, maybe we can ask Russ, that's the rest of that.
Yeah. Okay, want me to put that down?
Actually, I'll put it under dedicated MC up right there,
Yeah,
ask ASL teacher
yeah,
for,
interpreting services,
yeah, ASL.
Because we're videotaping this too, aren't we?
yes.
So people who are watching it then could get them the signing.
Who's gonna do video and photography?
Dan Markham. He was in our last meeting.
Oh, great.
So we talked, that's gonna be one of our bullets that we talked about. Debating on.
And then, but
That's a-
that'll be
Here's this
posted
whole
on the
meeting.
website.
Careful.
People relive it again.
Do you want me to sign this? You know what? I'm gonna sign this to Russ right now.
Yeah.
In case he doesn't see this.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
One thing I wanted-
ASL teacher,
yeah, I think,
ASL, just say American Sign
I
Language.
mean, I think that would be great if the teacher could do it because.
Yeah.
ASL interpreters are very expensive and have like 3-hour minimums. Right, let's ask. You saw the transaction company, is it weirdly noticed?
But is that sentence supposed to be ASL teacher? Is that our first ask?
I'm gonna.
Oh,
put
yeah,
it in-
ask ASL.
I'm gonna put it in the notes under comments.
Wendy,
We might wanna ask.
with disability, not handicap.
Okay, I wasn't
You know,
sure.
we don't like that language. Which includes, physical and, senses, stuff like that.
Disabled.
It's kind of standard for any public event.
What's the correct term? Is it?
Disability,
People, no, just
people with disability,
people with disability.
it's the official language,
Okay, that's
or persons, either way.
people with disability or us
Persons
with
with disability or people,
with
either way,
disability.
persons.
persons.
Okay. My grammar. Okay,
Sorry to put you through this one. dude. This is-
last meeting.
This is I do a lot of ADA stuff.
Yeah, I know.
The worst thing you want to do is, how come they didn't have a sign person there? I mean, it's the goofiest thing on everybody run into.
You should plural, disabilities should be plural.
Yeah, disability thing.
And so just, I'm actually assigning, so I highlighted the ASL on here, you guys can't see it, but I'm assigning that to Russ, and in the comments, I'm gonna say, ask your ASL teacher.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna ask him, can you ask your ASL teacher?
Okay, so go into these bullets, the stage setup, I think logistically we can prepare for that for the next meeting. Chairs, tents, all that goes with that. Russ will need to coordinate for the marching band. I think that will be exciting. We'll need to make sure we include that in our program.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I did confirm with our police department that we can have the CERT canteen, which can do breakfast sandwiches and stuff
Okay.
available to us that day. He's gonna get me a fee for what that would be, but it's gonna be a lot less than a food truck. So it'll be good, and I heard they have good breakfast sandwiches, so.
Okay, so you're,
Sit my appetite.
what do I have confirmed with the police department? So is that separate?
I wrote that,
Oh, okay.
when I confirmed with them.
Oh, that we can have.
Yep, so they said they'll be there. Okay, great. And then I think Russ is gonna coordinate with the students and volunteers to help us with setup, to help us with, you know, helping people to their seat if they need help or, you know, stuff like that.
Who's
So
gonna do the tents and the chairs set up?
I have to get a rental company, but that's how I'm handling
Yeah, you
it.
don't want kids doing that. So
Oh, no,
That's liability stuff.
no,
Okay, so I'm actually gonna put that rental. The Chairs, but the AV is gonna be down on the.
yeah. Okay, so rendering, Sam's gonna take care of. Logistics, Nelson, for where we're actually gonna have the beam.
I'm already talking to Scott. He asked me a few questions as far as where the beam's gonna be placed
Yeah,
for the signing.
yeah,
We're gonna be town officials and Board of Ed.
Yeah.
Public building committee, so we'll have a time frame where people could show up and come and sign it. So we'll set it to the side in a safe area. Whoever comes, checks into the trailer, we'll show them where to sign it, and so the logistics will handle that part.
Would that be before?
I think it would be leading up to the event, we
It'll be-
don't have designated time.
Before the event, so
Oh, the
the
date.
event is basically gonna be more speeches, here's the
Yeah,
themes.
I think
Here's
it's,
the beam.
it's a time constraint. It's kind of a free for all, so that's why we're controlling this a little bit more for, you know, the dignitaries and building committee especially to be able to sign it.
You have to go through.
And then it'll just be at the ceremony, take the beam and put it on charity sign.
Yeah,
And that, we don't, I'm not gonna put anything about signing, we're just gonna leave it
Yeah,
under logistics.
what about former building? Am I just getting into like stepping into something? Like, we had people that worked for many, many months
yeah,
and they're not currently on the building committee, but I'm just.
I know. I think that might,
That could muddy
Open
the
the
waters,
door.
yeah.
Yeah, once you get in, what's the language, the pack words, all that stuff.
No, I'm just talking about building ground,
Oh, the building, sure.
but they're former.
Yeah.
members.
I mean, if you
This
like
could be
past.
oh, past, but like,
Well, I think, well, that's like Garth and
Sharon.
Alan, exactly.
oh, I would say our building committee, I don't.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I thought you were speaking like the
The previous
2016 one.
Oh, no, sorry. No,
Yeah,
Yeah, let's.
we can ask, I don't know.
I'm just trying to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely involved in the creation of this new building.
This has been a long
Yeah,
process. and
Why don't I take that one?
Yeah.
I think that makes sense coming
Which
from
one?
me. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Also, I would put some criteria to the speakers.
oh yeah, we're gonna get,
They get 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, blah.
yeah. Press release we're working on, we'll get that, distributed, but again, very like. Oh, did I skip that one, guys?
If you have,
No, I'm gonna
just
move that
to
down.
back on the 2 minutes, if you have 2 minutes and you have 50 dignitaries,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, we've even pared it down a little bit more to who's speaking.
Cat
you
Wendy,
gotta do
probably the
some
same
simple calculating, some
That's
simple
the
math,
math
we don't
of-
have time.
Right.
Yeah.
Cruiser right then, here's what I suggest for them. For video, for press, we get something out, probably there's 2 things we gotta do with the media, send out an alert 5 days ahead. Then the night before this new blast. For the TV, if they don't wanna cover it, because it's a weekend, the crews are really light, say the video, the event will be available on Sunday morning and
Oh, yeah.
and they can download it.
And then they,
And so for videotaping, at least they can use it in the news feature.
Yeah.
And that's what they do, a lot of media on the weekend, if you're doing a video event, then they'll load it down.
Perfect.
Okay, so send out immediate.
And let them know if you're not coming, we'll have the video on our website at this address. So Devin, set aside a dedicated where they can download that video,
5 days before.
but make sure you get it that day,
Yeah.
so they can have it in the afternoon. And so because then they'll just cherry pick some parts to it, and then they'll do a voiceover based on the press release.
yeah, you spoon feed it.
Yeah.
And then it gets.
Makes it a lot easier, especially if they don't have to do, go or do it.
They don't, yeah,
They
once,
don't have to go.
once, yeah, that's right, they can use them Monday to press release.
Or you said send, I'm sorry, I just kind of missed it, send out the alert 5 days ahead?
On
5 days ahead, you can, you print people in the time.
5 days ahead.
And then alert out, the day before to TV, remind me.
Fear of after Shia.
No.
And then at that point, say we have available, if you're not sending
I'll even
a film crew.
One day, okay.
And what we want to emphasize on that, and actually have the visuals, say, beam going up, because that's the visual they want, they're gonna want to see.
So then you said send the video and press release.
That's how we do it.
Oh, okay, I just,
This is what I do.
yeah, you're the specialist after. Okay, so I just kind of took a note. Does that look okay, or just for?
Yeah, prints can be treated, you can do print, 5 days before, then
Okay,
they'll schedule, but most likely still will make photos available, they'll also be on the website. And so, what you have to do today is do all the work for the media, they just don't have, they don't have the crews anymore like they used to. But at least then, if they do it, they'll make it easy for the, what do you call segment producers to pick it up, say this is no brainer. It becomes a filler for the weekend.
just have organized this out a little bit more.
The current will cover it because they'll be covering their story, so.
Yeah.
That's their, they'll cover this.
I don't know if we're still even in spot like Nutmeg TV, you know.
They do that sort of thing?
We had talked about Nutmeg TV, they've done drone footage for us before, so that was an option, but I think Nutmeg TV can come out, I think we have the coverage for that.
There might be a cost.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense based on.
One of the all four TV stations,
Off board, okay, so do I even need
Yeah,
to like? write
kind
down
of 61, FSB, VIT, TNH.
VIT and then TNH?
WT.
Channel 8 covers up here. So they cover it up.
VIT and, okay.
We can make that like,
The Fox 61 news, I think that was a student news, so I think that's something Russ is doing with a student.
And print is just a press release,
Yeah,
and you can, at that meeting, even attach photos if you want.
Perfect, so that is not student related, but I'll put it down so that Russ have that. That's like kind of an afterthought. Students, you can just let that be there for us.
One, if you need help with the release, we call it put the teasers in.
yeah, I'm gonna work on,
All right, just let me know,
and
Kathy.
I'll send it to you for review.
And there's a local FHS news, like the night,
Whatever
that
that
student group that does the 905.
part of the journalism.
Production.
So I'll just write that as part of the student journalism, because that's, I know that the Fox 61 news is part of the student work too.
Yeah, but isn't Fox 61 is like Fox's own student?
Yeah,
Farmington,
And then
But the
Farmington High
kids
School.
put it together, so they create their own minute, a minute and a half. They put it all together based on their videos and then they submit it to
Okay,
Fox 61, so it's
And then
still
the-
student news produced.
right.
and on the print, don't forget Farmington Live,
What is it, Farmington?
that's a monthly. They'll
yes.
cover it.
Farmington Live, and then what was the other news production, someone had just mentioned? You,
The 905 news,
905,
right? That's the one you're thinking of that.
905 news.
That's the student,
that's like the,
That's FHS. That's their news.
like it's 905, like that's the time. Like it's, yeah,
Like
905.
9 colon.
I
Oh,
thought
is that
that was the
there?
case in the county, it's not.
No, it's just
My-
905.
It's 9:05, but it gives on at like 9:45.
Because they changed.
Oh,
it's next.
because our schedule
Yeah,
changed.
exactly.
Oh my God, because they interviewed us, I'm like, it was like 9:10, and she's like, no, it's not on yet. It's on at like 10.
Right. Changed homeroom to like.
So the Hawk's Nest.
Yeah, that's what the intent was.
Well, that looks like it's laid out,
yeah.
okay.
Alright, what else do we have?
I think this is just further discussions with Dan Markham
Yeah.
to make sure that we're set up to catch that, video footage. Like you said, Ira, to post on the website.
Yeah, just put it up right after the event. Leave it raw, they don't have to edit. If they do a good job. If it's really needs to be edited, I assume they're just covering the event for 60 minutes, so the media will pick out And we'll just point out on there, here's the segment with they're gonna wanna show the picture of the feed we put in. That's what they're gonna wanna show. So ask them to pull out that segment. So we send them the full thing and then send them a teaser. And that's how you send it to them, because that'll has some visual impact. That's what they're gonna be interested in. Of course, you have a student on there, really. Oh, we have a cat up there. Right.
So yeah, I guess we'll just leave them to this FHSAB.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, you gotta do the whole thing.
FHSAB.
Decorations, I think we had talked about this last time. Easier the better, balloons, Riverhawk decal on the beam.
Those are considered like not cool.
Balloons aren't cool.
Because of environmental.
Outside, they start releasing.
Wildlife.
All right,
Really?
so.
Although they do, I think
Balloons.
they make some that like aren't
Don't think
actually.
the river
balloons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they're like plastic.
Okay,
So what about the
so-
garden?
All right, scrap balloons.
There's, I can see what you.
They're on a stick. You can put them together.
Okay.
You could get away without doing like decorations.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an hour, it's really not.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
But you know what we can add here is the rendering drawings.
Yeah.
posters,
Yeah.
right?
You know, you'll have some eye.
And
I
the
can
Riverhawk mascot.
We talked about a handout, but they can walk away with something.
The brochure program, the next.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, like a goodie.
Yeah, in terms of, yeah. Little bling.
Swag.
I just worry about timing for that. It's only a couple weeks away.
To get it to a printer, bifold it, what do you really? They're gonna put on it.
Well, you're gonna have it online. I mean, the invitation, if we have one, maybe you can quickly put one on Canva and just post it so it can go on their phone. And then maybe just on the website. I don't know.
Well, the thing I saw the handout, which is interesting, I went to an event, a big cookie and had a picture of
Yeah, he's
the
talking about
building.
like
on it.
The
Yeah.
cake, like
And
a
this-
favor.
A cookie and it was wrapped in plastic.
Favor.
Like that,
It's hard though, because we don't know how many people are gonna go.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
you only,
Well, you can get it. I could see your guys. The middle age, you can do print out, which is a shorter version of the newsletter. It says, here's the, you know, because it lists in the scheduling, speakers and everything.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Do a QR code. Put a QR code and then
Everybody's
QR
got
code
it.
on it, and then it will just send you to our website with.
send it to that Scandinavian, you know, the purpose of topping off ceremony.
We don't have to have a, instead of.
Yeah, have a program, have a, have a Canva program, maybe attached, go down from your invite, then you have, which has everything what it is. Have us a program which is outlining who the guest speakers, the order of it.
Do you think, my first thought is that, are people gonna be looking at their phones during the ceremony?
I think a
instead
print
of-
out, you
You
need,
want a printer?
yeah, you can do both. It's
I
okay.
think
Yeah, blinding us.
because the
Where the
QR
hell
code,
are you?
I'm gonna do it all the time.
like when I go to events and stuff and they're like. Well, I
No,
just
I-
on vacation, the menu is now on QR. code.
Yeah, no, I do like
So-
that. I just worry that like every time I'm at an event, it's taking a long time, I'm like, all right, we're only here, we have this many to go. I just worry people are gonna be like staring
It's
at their
just-
phone.
In my opinion, on the handout, you don't have, like, it's gonna be people talking and then being hoisted.
Yeah,
It's
What else
not
is
like when you go to a play, you have acts, you
Yeah.
have, you know,
No,
performers.
It's just a way-
Memento, I think.
Yeah,
it's-
it's just a
I mean, some
one-
people
it's a
aren't
play
into
bill.
that thing, but-
Here's the speakers,
Historical.
put a photo on, hand it
Okay.
out.
Yeah.
Then you can have older people who are not gonna be
Just-
using their cell phones.
Devil's
You
advocate.
could do a one page.
I was gonna say, yeah, you could do a one page, just handle.
Then we
no
run
folding.
out.
No folding,
Well, yeah, I
Print
say
it
we
out.
do a limited amount.
do one page, have it
Yeah,
there,
that's all you gotta do.
pile paper, no
Yeah.
folding.
Keep
Yeah.
it simple.
Yeah, just, yeah, even if
I
it's like a half pager, like,
Cutting in half.
yeah,
Cut it
half
in
pages, like.
Print it double, slice it in half,
Yeah,
paper cutter.
Yeah, like,
That's
something
all.
will go crazy.
I just know there's gonna be more left behind than taken.
agree.
Almost every time we've done these things, programs or anything else, if
It
you're,
just, you
it's
also
on the
want
chairs,
people-
and people like, they're like, yeah, great, and then.
Just print 100 out, that's all.
Just a few of them.
Yeah, I think you should do that.
Half of the
Number of people you expect on their
Yeah.
phone.
They're gonna come back, some
Walking up
people,
to something,
you know, they
doing the QR,
want
like,
something, remember, I know some.
so-
You have to make it
Yeah.
of some value. You don't want to hand it out and then all of a sudden you have all these pieces of paper. blowing
Yeah,
around.
see, that's
Yeah.
my fear. I just.
You know what would be
know,
cool,
people-
but this is probably more for when the building is done. You've seen, everyone's seen the old vintage postcard of the high school,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
When the school building is done, that's almost something that would be nice.
That's
I
a
know
bigger,
there's-
that's a different ceremony.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just had the idea, we wouldn't do a
That's
postcard now
gonna be a
because the building's
whole
not
event.
done.
I also,
That's what you do the bling thing.
what if the 1928 referendum did not pass? And that building would be.
No, it would be a picture of our new high
No,
school
the new high school.
with the year that it's.
Oh,
This is-
that, okay. I thought you were gonna put on like that versus.
No,
There
right.
is a, there, I have it at home, that comprehensive FHS did a postcard
Yeah, yeah.
with a rendering.
Oh, the
of like
rendering.
a, like, it was like a
Like
drawn rendering of the.
By then you'll know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Next
true.
week.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but maybe something like that, like,
I don't know if that's for now or
Yeah,
grand
just keep
opening.
it simple. So what's, do we just
Our
decide
own
that we're just gonna do?
It's for the new building.
Paper.
I think just the paper.
It's just like, I guess who's speaking,
Yeah,
timeline,
yep,
that's it.
order of events.
Okay.
We
Order.
can do a really big idea when you open up brand new building. I mean, that's a certain, that's a bigger ceremony.
Order of events.
All right, we have about 10 minutes before the building committee thing. So we still have a couple things.
so we wanna hold off on that, we'll work on the order events to have that at our next meeting.
Yeah.
For our final review.
So you guys, I'm gonna erase this, but I just wanted to show that I was gonna erase it before I officially did, but I know we talked about fundraising ideas and the kids are here, but in essence of time, it just doesn't make sense.
No.
And if the purpose, like Kat and I talked about it yesterday, like the purpose isn't to, right, everybody, it's just.
Yeah.
To see, to celebrate and
So-
mark this moment.
So that is off the table and I'm gonna officially delete. Very good. I just didn't want anyone to feel like I.
Yes, we were
disregarded
just,
it,
yeah.
But I think a good conversation, and I know, I think it was Kathy that brought up, like, talking to the PDO readers.
Yeah, we'll circle back with Kathy to, once we send out an invitation to the public, just make sure it's circulated with them as well.
Okay. So, the guest speakers, I kind of put that category separately.
Perfect. So we kind of pared the speakers down since the last one too. Last time we spoke, town council chair, building committee chair, board of education chair. One,
Did we get somebody for local politics?
what I was gonna do is when we send out the invitation, which will likely be this week, I'll give, Representative D'Amico a call and see who from the delegation would like to do it and let them know we would like one speaker.
Okay.
So I'll reach out.
So you guys got the teacher and.
He's confirmed.
Yeah, he's confirming
And then.
You guys do.
and a student. So I think that's enough. That's 2 times. That should be 12 minutes. Perfect.
So figure 15 to 20.
Yeah, and then the meeting will take
It's never gonna be 12 minutes.
5
5,
minutes.
10 minutes to hoist.
Okay, that was my question, I had no idea how long did that actually take?
Well, it takes and then
You and.
they physically bolt
Yeah.
the beam and then take the. It's, we'll
Can
take
plan on-
probably 10 minutes.
10 minutes about 12. Okay.
Mike spread between 3 to 4 minutes because it's not when they're speaking, you're gonna lose a minute till the next one comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So it's gonna be 3 to 4 minutes,
It's gonna be
including
15 to 20
speaking,
minutes. I bet.
for each once they get an idea at the time.
But I think that's tolerable for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
If
Oh,
we-
yeah.
If we tell all these speakers 2 minutes.
Yes, maximum, yes.
So about.
2 minutes is a long time.
It is long.
I think.
And Wendy will have a hook.
Liz will be sure.
I'm gonna have a big timer.
Yeah.
Buzzard's
Put
gonna
the-
start clocking
Put
down.
the
less
less
than-
than,
I know that, right,
and
yeah.
not the less than or equal.
Yeah.
Right, less
I'd say
than 2
I think
minutes.
the best way to actually shut off
That's
the mic.
good. That's actually good.
Are they going to vet out, what, like, the, prepare what students are gonna say or teachers?
I think so, absolutely.
Yeah, that'll all be directed. and
Okay.
reviewed.
That would be really good. Do you know who's gonna do that? or-
Well, we'll probably, I'm sure Russ is gonna help us with that as far as what's coming through, but then we'll see.
Okay. I like it. Okay. Should I write that down? Should I say for now? I think that's,
And I think that's it for the logistics that we have on here.
and then I just put, well, next, if I can keep our next meeting.
It's tight and small.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be one where we need, Russ
Mhm.
and Dan.
Yeah.
To be here. So, I don't know. Yeah, just confirm that they're gonna be here, because a lot of that, this is really. Organized.
Yeah, it's more day of.
Yeah.
All right, perfect, thank you, Wendy. All right, we're gonna do, we have one last item that we wanna, I want to just take a few minutes, item E, which is the newsletter. So you do actually have a handout specific to this,
Yeah,
just
this
kind of content.
Gonna be short and sweet, note from Meg. Formal invitation, we'll just leave it this way. And just add parking, where to go, we'll add a map in there, where it's gonna be located, because map's always helpful. So that'll be on the front page. So you know, it'll lay out like this, you know, our standard layout. We're gonna take this photo that shows the entrance here, move it up. So that'll be included in the photos you see here. On the page 2 and 3 is gonna be kind of a photo album. And I'll take that straight down overview, I'll do that here.
I like that one.
And I'll remove the photo that shows kind of a wall, one on the second, one down on the left. That one really doesn't show much. I was using it to show the construction, but I like the one on the right showing the inside work going on, so it's let them know. And then these 2 renderings showing both sides.
Yeah, and then the front is the.
And we use the front one in there, but I'll take up those 2 pages. And then and so that, and we have the site work and Pat, you sent over, here's an upcoming work through the end of the year. You also take a look at that. Is there anything we have to change on that? Page 2, yeah. If there is, just let me know. Just, we have to round that. We do have some space in there to have a little more detail. What's gonna happen between now and the end of the year? Because at the end of the year, we're running another newsletter, which is gonna talk about next year. And then, whatever on the building committee members and calendar stuff goes on the back. And I know we're redoing some paragraph 2 on the next message.
Yeah, and a little bit in the first.
And the first one too,
Yeah.
so send that over and correct that. If you can, in a day or so, we want to get this to the printer on Monday. So it gets out the first week in May, everyone, so get better, thank you,
Yeah, I'll send you the edit.
thank you. So that's it. Unless you get any other, I think the overall photos kind of are very helpful here.
So is the only graphic on the invitation section going to be the map?
Actually, I'm putting with the graphic idea, so it might
That was
surprise
gonna be the
you.
only graphic.
I like some.
No, it's, no, I'm gonna do something about the invite,
Yeah, a little fancier.
yeah, you'll see. We can,
I know you'll.
my creative team, we have an idea to
Okay.
make it more, little more compelling. So it doesn't look like they're going to a bar restaurant.
Okay, all right, so we're gonna go right on then to item F, which adjournment, so when can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn. I will second, all in favor, aye. Motion passes, we adjourn at 4:57.